on my way to somewhere beyond special. I'm mesmerized by everything here, captivated completely. It's also known as the White Continent. It is magnificent Antarctica, unspoiled by human civilization. This ethereal, unworldly place defies description, but I will try. We approached the notorious Deception Island, one of the 3 active volcanoes in the world that one could sail into. This was one of the islands Sir Ernest Shackleton was aiming for after their ship was crushed by the ice. It was a whaling station and he figured there'd be people there, but it was about double the distance and against prevailing winds and currents, so they went to South Georgia Island instead. There's a fresh dusting of snow and intermittent fluffs coming down. Aged, rusted whaling silos show another era in this pristine land of snow. Up a ways, Neptune's window figures prominently. Those penguins in the distance look like they got box seats for some kind of entertainment. Rambunctious fur seals were as lively as could be, jousting with each, rolling on the snow, but don't let this friendly demeanor fool you. They are sneaky buggers. My mission? Get past these fur seals without them chasing me into the sea. The challenge is figuring out how to stand your ground against mischievous fur seals on the way.
He's trying to look all cute. He's like slowly making his way over. You have the right attitude. Rah, rah, rah.
Well, that seemed to do the trick. I joined up with these sweet folks from Germany, and we hightailed it up to Neptune's window. We can do it. I know we can. We still have a ways to go. Luckily, these guys seem too preoccupied to bother with us. At the turn of the 20th century, only a few hundred Antarctic fur seals were found in Antarctica due to excessive hunting. They were almost hunted to extinction for their fur. The close extinction of another animal, baleen whales, may have been the main reason the fur seal population bounced back, because there was a huge reduction in competition for krill. Now, fur seal numbers are in the hundreds of thousands, and if not millions during the breeding season. I'd call that a successful recovery. It's a hustle getting up the slippery slope, but oh, so worth it. The views do not disappoint. Wait, I've got the words that perfectly encapsulates the splendor of the Antarctic experience. It's by Andrew Denton. If Antarctica were music, it would be Mozart. Art, it would be Michelangelo. Literature, and it would be Shakespeare. And yet, it is something greater. The only place on earth that is still as it should be. May we never tame it. We traveled for the next 4 hours to the South Shetland Islands, and sadly the last stop, but brilliant, Half Moon Island. I want to thank everyone on this trip for making it so special, as if Antarctica wasn't special enough. To have the fun and kindness of all the folks on board was such a gift. I'm told the chinstrap are the loudest, dirtiest, liveliest, and worst-tempered among the Antarctic penguins. This is a new species for us on this trip. If you've been watching this series, I'll bet you can tell me why these cute little creatures are called chinstrap penguins. I just sit here comfortably taking it all in and tuning into the conversation in what sounds like squabbles. Sounds like a typical family. I just love his dum-de-dum style. They like barren rocky islands and build their nests from stones. They are more shore feeders than open sea hunters. They look like they're wearing Grandma's old coats. And I'll bet you can tell me why these cute little critters have such rumpled coats. A pebble in his mouth, bound to start a competition. Stones are valued in this neck of the woods. Small stones are often in short supply in the penguin colony, so squabbles are commonplace, particularly as penguins are experienced kleptomaniacs, taking nesting material from any other nest that's inadequately guarded. Stones go back and forth and circulate between nearby nests as they are stolen, claimed back, and then stolen again. Chinstraps, along with many other species of penguins, return to the same colony each year and often settle within a very short distance of the same nest site. The nest is an affair of a pile of small stones, the purpose being to separate it from other nests and to raise it above the surrounding ground so that melted snow doesn't wet the eggs or the little chicks. Watching their raucous calling and flipper waving, I think they're trying to attract a suitably impressed female. And here's a chinstrap opera. Aww, the Pavarotti of birds and his operatic chorus. Take your bow, this way, I guess we get the rear view. Encore! Encore!
Why, thank you.
What grace! Ooh, Pavarotti is in for some competition. Attracting quite a diversified crowd. Cute as the dickens.
I think they're leading the parade. How cute is that?
You they were sneaky buggers. See how he looks all innocent and everything? Rascal, biding his time. Love how that penguin can repel himself in the tobogganing position. I felt so connected to where I was, and I would say many days I was moved to tears by the sheer, astounding beauty. Antarctica is enchanting. It leaves you in awe and wonder. So untouched, pristine. There really is no contrast to Antarctica. All the good people I met and hung with were blessings. The kind of travelers you want to hang with. Hard to believe this is our last stop, but what a stunning day. The water shines brightly in the sun, and we have one last stretch of time to relish this incredible and powerful landscape for one last time.
Can you believe it? Unbelievable.
We head northward back towards the Drake Passage and then on to Ushuaia. And we begin our return trip through the Drake Passage, whose reputation is the most powerful convergence of seas. It's certainly rougher than when we departed. It is considered one of the most treacherous voyages for ships to make because currents at its latitude meet no resistance from any landmass and waves can top 40 feet. Luckily, we have modern technology which helps forecast and navigate the weather much more easily. Since I don't get seasick, no problemo for me, but you gotta feel for the other not so fortunate passengers. By the time we get back to Ushuaia, we will have traveled 2,005 nautical miles. It will take approximately 36 hours to get back to Ushuaia, the southernmost city in the world. Thank you for sharing this magnificent continent with me. I feel so blessed to have witnessed the incredibleness of this place, and I love to share the blessings. I have a passion, a fervor for great experiences. So, now on to the endlessly entertaining Buenos Aires. I'm ready for my tango lesson. Thank you, beautiful lady. You will be missed. I work exclusively with ocean-wide expeditions, and our aim is to give you extraordinary experiences in the polar regions.